Southern Vangard Radio. This is DJ John Doe, and to the left of me is my man.
Boy, I'm drinking too good right now. Cappuccino, man. Yeah.
Man, I heard a little story about you, dude.
What's the story?
I heard a little story that you're getting called out at your place of employment for being the voice of Southern Vangard Radio.
Oh man, household name of sorts. Fucking with you, fucking with the homie. I got random dudes that work at Iron Mountain, walking in my building, talking about, oh shit, South Memphis in the house. I'm like, son, I know you or something. I don't think I know you, B. I listen to the show, man. I know Bus Crates. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh shit, that's ill. What's your man's name?
I ain't even get his name, man.
Right.
I just
Iron Mountain
we'll just
dude.
call him Iron Mountain Dude.
Iron Mountain
yeah,
Dude
from Dyersburg, Tennessee.
Oh, Dyersburg. That's right. He's from the
from the
hometown.
But yeah, he said he know Bus Crates. I think Crates put him on to us.
Oh, word. All right.
He been listening and he fuck with us online and all types of shit. So we some kind of famous,
now,
man.
That's about as wild. Actually, I think it is wilder than my story of getting called out at the fucking main source show in DC back in February.
Yeah, I remember that.
By your man.
Well, see, that was better than mine because you got a drink out of that. I didn't get nothing. I got to sign his. I did get a drink out of it, but I mean that's some hip hop shit, right? That makes sense. You don't expect to get called out when you're on the fucking job. Nah, and I was on the clock, so I'm just like, this shit right here just don't feel right. It was cool though, man. It was cool. That's definitely a first for me.
Yeah,
you know
man,
what I'm saying?
that's ill, dude.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's dope. How'd the rest of your weekend go?
Everything was cool, man. Just laying low. Shouts out to my sister-in-law, Danetta Jackson. She celebrated another year on planet Earth. She's 3 months in on a chemotherapy, man. She's fighting for her life right now. Yeah, so
I did not know that.
Yeah, so we trooped down to Warner Robins and went and had a late lunch with her, and just to let her know that we appreciate her, we love her. You know what I mean?
Love the Danetta,
no doubt.
Well, we drinking that good tonight too, me.
Oh yeah, I'm drinking a little too good. It's 100 proof, bottled in bond.
Oh,
and the custom 14 karat gold
the
leaf.
Gold flake leaf glasses.
Yeah, it's too good, man. I don't. And
we can't talk about what
we can't say. I was instructed not to mention.
I just noticed. Flip that around. You see the gold flake in that label? I just now noticed that.
Yeah, it's all gold, everything, man.
Woo.
I'm waiting on Trinidad James to walk in this motherfucker.
Gold and green.
And that shouts out to the Magic Bishop Don Juan right there. The green for the money, the gold for the honey, man.
Too. Oh, this about to be a hell of a night.
We color coordinated
our beers and our bourbon match.
And just so you know, both of my palms been itching all day, man. Bitch better have my money, man.
Well, hey, actually, a big congrats goes to you, my man.
No doubt.
My man locked down a new gig this week.
No doubt. Oh.
And yeah, man, his life will improve significantly,
exponentially,
especially when it comes to these Monday mornings that come real quick when we up late recording on a Sunday night.
No doubt, I killed that.
Salute to you, man.
No doubt. Now we need to toast up again for the young man we got on the horn with us tonight, but we're gonna get to that in a minute.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah. So real quick before we get down to business, this is Southern Vangard Radio, and this is an interview session. If this is the first time you're joining because you're a fan of the gentleman we have on the phone tonight, then welcome.
Wow.
And please make sure you follow. It's critical that you do this. You get all this shit for free. Like, this is the first interview that you've listened to or first episode you've listened to of Southern Vangard Radio. By the time this drops, there will be 177 unique mix shows that you can go back and listen to.
Man.
And there are easily 140 interviews now, right?
Yeah, we up
Got to be 140 interviews. So anyway, make sure you follow, make sure you like, make sure you share, repost that shit, whatever you got to do. And most importantly, make sure that you tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend.
Tell everybody.
All right, because you can find us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, MIXCLOUD, Stitcher Radio, YouTube. Hey, YouTube shit's ramping up. I don't know if you... Yeah, it is, man. I get the notifications for the follows, and we're getting some comments and shit like that. So, yeah, that YouTube shit's rolling now. So, a lot of people consume music that way. So, make sure you go check us out there.
That's perfect for us, then.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And we have some affiliates, too, Meeks, that they can check us out on, too.
Please check us out at atlhiphop.com. I am classicrawradio.net. And returning to BoomBap, WRBB, all three of those here in Atlanta. And then you can venture out west if you're ever out on the West Coast. Or if you're currently in the West Coast, check us out on Soul Public Radio. Shouts out to X-Row out there. That's my man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So without any further ado.
We got to toast up again. Because my man's celebrating his
birthday. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Young Buck in the building.
Yes, sir.
We drinking to his solar return.
I'm drinking too right now, y'all.
Oh, there we go.
What you got? What you got?
Crown
you
Royal.
Got the crown? Okay, so
I want that crown royal.
So it's a whiskey night.
It's a whiskey night.
We on some good bourbon. So it's cheers to you, man. Happy born day.
Yes, sir.
We got the one and only You'll Never Know in the building.
Woo!
You know it. And first of all, let me start off by personally apologizing to you. I have butchered your name.
I was going to bring this up, actually.
On at least 3 occasions. UllNevaNo is what you're affectionately known here in the South.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what's funny, man?
What's up?
I've gotten so used to like cats butchering it, like it's to the point now, like especially like where I do shows and promoters. I have to like horrible. Put the actual proper spelling so they could pronounce it the right way.
They probably be on some shit. Next up to the stage, You'll Never Know.
All the time, man. All the time,
That's
man.
What's up.
I don't know, for whatever reason in my hip hop brain, in my dumb brain, every time I think about saying your name, well, one, I want to make sure I say it right, but I keep thinking of that hieroglyphic song called "You'll Never Know." Y'all remember that?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
Exactly.
Without fail, every time I get ready to say your name, I hear that "You Never Know."
Yeah.
It's like
it's funny. It's funny. It's funny that you say that because like a lot of my friends, like our close friends, like every time they see me in the street, they're like, "Yo, you never know."
Oh, right.
It's hilarious. Hilarious.
That's dope.
You're like, yeah, I'm tired of that fucking joke. Come up with a new one.
Hell yeah. What's popping up in B-Mall right now, man?
Man, just a busy weekend, man. I don't know. I'm just laying low, yo. You know, a lot of people, you know, they have or they hear certain things about, you know, what's going on in the city in Baltimore. Just like any other city, you know, you're going to have its vices, it's you know, it's negativity. But for the most part, it's nothing but positive vibes out here. You know, it's festival season. So, you know, we just had Artscape and we had Afram a couple weeks ago, you know, Drew Hill. They performed a lot of dope local artists. Like Ill Conscious, J Royale, you know what I'm saying? They've been on the grind. We just had Red Bull come out and do this. They sponsored this event called Baltimore Beat Club. And I believe this was last Wednesday. No, last Saturday, I believe. Yeah. They came through and it was just like an impromptu, you know, freestyle session with cats can just rhyme and you know, they play beats live on stage and Red Bull, you know, gave Baltimore Beat Club the opportunity to, you know, help sponsor that.
Yo, did Cisco do the thong song? Was you out there? Or?
You know what? I heard that they did really good.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I heard they did really well. And they added 2 new members to the group. Okay. And it was raining. That's why I ain't stick around. It started raining. I was like, no, you know what? I'm about to be out.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all, man. That's what's up.
Dude, what's going on in Baltimore right now, man? Because it seems like I've been playing more Baltimore joints in the past probably 12 months. I mean, between Jamil Honesty, you mentioned J Royale,
Right.
you mentioned Ill Conscious, then there's yourself. Like, man, what's going on, man? It's so
those my dudes, man.
What's the deal? Is it in the water, or is it just like it just seems like it's weird.
I don't know, man. Like I don't know, yo. I think at this moment right now we're in a phase where, you know, we just want to put out, you know, good music and good records, and a lot of people are now they're starting to focus on like the bars and actually rhyming and actually rapping, you know. So cats like Jamil Honesty and, you know, J Royale, Conscious, like those dudes, those are my brothers, you know. Those cats like paved the way, you know. Every time I see them out, you know, whether it's an event or just randomly, it's always love. But Baltimore is kind of funny because, you know, it's kind of segregated. Like as far as hip hop is concerned, you know, you have the cats such as ourselves that focus on, you know, on bars and just really rapping, and then you got your battle heads that focus entirely on battle rap. Then you got your little scooters, the cats that like are catered to that audience. But you know, it's like one big melting pot, and I feel like that we all should actually kind of unite, and we can learn from each other. But you know, it's been that case ever since I've been in Baltimore, where it's always been like a separation between the two. You know, like for instance, like say if there's a hip hop boom bap event, you know, you might try to invite somebody that is not familiar with that type of sound, but you know, they like, you know, I don't want to jeopardize my sound, so I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna stick to, you know, what I know over this end, and, you know, and then vice versa. When they try to invite, you know, the boom bap heads, you know, people they have a line that they don't want to cross. You feel me? Or they feel like, you know, they don't want to jeopardize their brand or, you know, their sound if they, you know, support this act, whether it's just, you know, that underground rap or underground hip hop. They feel like they just don't want to jeopardize, you know, taking that risk. And I feel like that's kind of corny. And we're actually on a wave where music is moving quickly, and we shouldn't be segregated. You know, we should start putting people on. Like, hold on, you know what? You don't know about J Royale, or you'll never know. You know what? Check this out. Oh, word. All right, let me check this out. Let me check some of that street ish out. You know what I'm saying? But it still ain't no unity, man.
Yeah, that's typical. You know, we down
shit here.
Yeah, we down here in Atlanta, man. You know, it's a big divide between you know, people that fuck with, you know, pure hip hop versus what Atlanta is actually known for right now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's a huge split. You know, you probably never see any cross-pollination. I mean, I'm sure it happens from time to time, but it doesn't see the light of day.
Yeah, every once in a while you see it with A3C.
Yeah.
They try to do something like that, but that's about it.
I mean, you talking about some once-a-year shit, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. So we get where you coming from, man. Just, hey, all I ask of you, just stay where you are, man, because
that's a fact, man.
Yeah, we've been playing the joints. We fuck with you. You know what it is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And I've been fucking with y'all. I've been listening to y'all. I think who I'm listening to.
So you actually heard me butcher your name then.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. But when I first heard of y'all, it was a God Fahim episode.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's when I first heard it, and I was like, yo, I like this.
Okay.
I like this. You know, I was a real God Fahim fan. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard that episode, I was like, okay, I like the lane, and it's really rare that you hear, you know, a lot of it's really rare that you hear, you know, podcasts or radio shows that's catered to the boom bap and to the underground raw. It's that's like slowly for surely coming back. So, you know, salute to y'all, yo.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate
you.
Yo,
so You'll Never Know actually was very actually submitted music in the proper way. He sent a nice email.
He listens.
He listened. He listened. He listened to the show.
He follows directions well.
And he sent MP. Actually, he sent me a link initially. And I said, please send me MP3s.
Yes.
And then he sent me the fucking MP3s.
Yes.
And then the joints stood up and we got some joints on.
So we can't do nothing but play.
Yeah.
We got to play it.
So yeah, man. So actually, if you don't mind, talk to us about I guess it's technically the latest project you put out. And Meeks, you may have butchered this man's name as well.
Who is this?
When you butchered UllNevaNo's name.
That's my new name, Cappuccino the Butcher, man.
You said. Oh man. You said. So what are you telling me?
You get a pass.
He said. So what are you telling me? His producer's named Manahe.
Oh yeah, that is in here. Where is that?
So how do you say his name?
It's Manhe.
Manhe.
Okay.
Man, yeah, Manhe. That's funny.
I just gotta remember I gotta remember not to say he man. It's
right.
Manhe.
Yo.
All right.
Yo. So
we learning tonight, man.
We are learning.
You never stop learning, man.
Yo. So
right. That's a fact.
Yeah. So when Meeks mispronounced your name, I corrected him in this episode.
John gave me shit about it. That's what happened.
And he said, "Oh, so you corrected me? Oh, so what are you telling me? You gonna tell me that this guy's name is Manahe or some shit?"
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, we know what it is now, so we good. We on the right path.
Yeah, shouts out to the man, Manhe.
No doubt. Shouts out to him.
Beast.
No doubt.
Yeah, so let's talk about that, man. Sham God, because that's really honestly my first introduction to y'all. I know I'm late to the party, but I'm not gonna front like I've been on y'all shit for a while. So let's just talk about that.
Welcome. I don't even know where to start. Sham God is a project that me and Manhe we decided to work on. He's from Norfolk, Virginia, by way of South Carolina. And it's funny how I met up with him. I'm part of a collective based out in Baltimore and Virginia called Magnetic. And, shouts out to my man Logic Marsalis, Stephen Hicks, Tay Black, Ilian Roswell, Young D the Pilot, the whole squad. But just the way music is moving now, we're just constantly just dropping projects. Everybody is working, whether it's, doing press releases or, dropping beat tapes, projects, artwork, we're always working. And we have a studio out in Norfolk called the Research Center, Magnetic Research Center. And that's how I ended up linking with like cats like Ilian Roswell and Manhe. And, it was just like we connected, we was feeling each other's styles, and we was like, yo, let's just do a project. And I kind of got inspired by, how West Side Gun with the whole wrestling, incorporating the wrestling situation with the hip hop. I've always been a big, huge, basketball fan. As far as like, I used to play heavy, like back in high school, went to Kansas State, tried out and all that. So I still play now and then, but I feel like, it would be dope to incorporate. Cause I feel like people are forgetting about that era of basketball, that vintage era, like the 90s, like, which I feel personally was a great era in basketball. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my way of, like, basically, similar to West Side Gun, just paying homage to, the athletes and certain basketball players that people may have forgot of. And just throw a little hip hop twist in there. You know what I'm saying?
So Sham God is a reference to God Shamgod, a fascinating point guard, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
I'm right there with you. All right, cool.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Your man is on the cover of this joint on the moon.
That's him right there.
You know what? Just from the cover.
That's how he played.
From the cover.
That's how he played from the moon, man. Hell yeah!
We just wanted something to stand out, and we're starting to realize that in order, and a lot of people have like copped the tape just based off the cover. Like he was like, "Yo, I've seen the cover," and I'm like, "Oh, I got a cop a tape or a vinyl," you know.
I can't front. The cover is actually what made me pay attention and actually take a listen. I mean, it. You know, just because it was like. It was just so unorthodox. I was like, man, what are these motherfuckers doing, man? I got to listen to this shit. And, you know, thankfully the first joint was just nuts. And I was like, oh, you know, and I have a personal, not bias. I have an affinity for music out of the DMV. One, because I have some good friends up there. One of my longtime friends, Jay Cyanide, I've known for a very long time now, lives there. I've become friends with Kev Brown over the years. And I work in the. I think I told you this. I work in the DMV. I've been working in and out of the DMV for almost 5 or 6 years now. So I spend a lot of time up there. So anyway,
you tell me,
yeah. So anyway, when I was like, all right, this dude's from Baltimore. Baltimore's popping right now between Jamil and Jay and Ill Conscious. This cover's nuts. I'm like, I'm going to listen to this shit. And I was like, oh, I was so Meeks. Wasn't I ranting and raving about this motherfucker when I got it it that day? Oh,
yeah, and the shit was hot.
Yeah, man.
So
thank you,
that's
man.
The type of stuff. That's the type of stuff that keeps us moving. That we like to see, and we definitely, you know, we play the shit out of that, man. So.
Thank you.
It's finally good to link up with you, man, and just know that, you know, whenever you got new joints or you want to test the waters with something exclusive, man, we got you. So let's get that out the way
definitely.
now.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that, yo, for real, yeah.
No, yo, what's been the biggest surprise about this project so far? I mean, you have a lot of releases out there, but has there been anything specifically with this project that's, you know, I don't know, helped you turn a corner somewhere or get play somewhere where you've been trying to get play or?
You know what? Like, I used to be so big on, like, trying to get on, like, certain blogs. You know what I'm saying? Like the Two Dope Boys or, you know, DJ Booth, whatever. And, you know, when we dropped it, like, you know, I talked to my team, and when we, like, decided to release it, you know, we had an idea. We had a plan, like a whole campaign. And, you know, we started to realize, like, when you drop, especially how quickly music is coming and going, you know, we wanted to figure out something like, what can we do to release this project where it can stand out? So, you know, before it dropped, you know, we did like a whole week of, I think it was 9 weeks. Like we didn't tell nobody, because you know how everybody like spoils their own project. They're like, yo, coming soon. And then the project doesn't drop until like 2 months later. So by then it's like, yo, people kind of actually forgot, you know what I'm saying, what you are actually releasing. So we decided to just do a whole campaign for like 8 weeks. And then finally, you know, we had everything set up with the music video, album, bong, and it just worked in his favor. And then OK Player reached out to us, and they posted on Music Monday. So that was probably the biggest accomplishment. And I'm selling a lot more tapes. So shouts out to cats out in Poland and Germany overseas for copping the cassette tapes.
No doubt.
Word.
So have you kind of slowed down on pushing for placement on blogs and stuff like that? Are you doing stuff like more organically now? You kind of letting the music speak for itself?
I'm kind of in a place where I just want to make music, because I'm like, the mind frame I'm in now, I'm in like nitro mode. I'm just constantly just dropping projects and staying consistent and just staying relevant, you know. And I'm not much so paying attention to if I get like certain blog placements, but I just know the people who've been supporting. Those are the people that I'm continuing to send music to, you know? Now, granted, if a blog or, you know, somebody shows interest, then, yo, for sure, go ahead and pick that up. But I'm definitely, everybody who's been, you know, following me for the past, you know, 4 years, you know, they always get first dibs on the projects, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then and it kind of works, you know, just from cats that's browsing, you know, they look at that on a certain blog and okay, you know what, I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna post that on this blog, and then also Instagram and social media is a powerful tool. So you know, we kind of been working on just putting music out and using the social media to our best advantage.
Right.
Yo, what's up? What's up with the magnetic logo? What the fuck is that, man?
Oh man, shout out to Logic Marsalis, man. One day he was just doodling, like he was just doodling, and he just sent it to me. He was like, "Oh, what you think about this?" And I'm like, "Oh, that joint is crazy. It's fire." So shouts out to him, man. It was handwritten by him, and the whole purpose of Magnetic is we like to just connect people, like just make a connection and just connect different people, whether if you're a fan of the music or whether you want to collab and make music. We always want to just connect with new people, and we always show love. So if cats want to return a favor, by all means, please do. And we do showcases. We try to do like showcases in Baltimore in the DMV area twice a year. It's called the Magnetic Showcase Champion Sound. We just had one in July. It was like a beat showcase and an MC showcase. Just showcasing just like that raw hip hop that we feel that is being forgotten in Baltimore. That really. Well, we're in an era where it's like everything is trap heavy, and we want to bring that essence back. Like, we're still here too. You know what I'm saying?
Right, got you. And what's up with the pine cone reference on the main image for the Bandcamp site?
Oh, to drop some gems on y'all. The pine cone reference is your pineal gland. Like if from the aerial view. Is your pineal gland. It's the shape of a pine cone, which is a reference to making the connections.
Oh shit,
that's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice.
It's all connected. It's all connected, yo.
That's nice. I got you.
That's ill.
Wow. Okay. Dope.
Oh shit, I feel dumb right now.
I feel enlightened. I'm excited. He on some shit, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit right here will never be for pop radio. You know what I'm saying? He got to come fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? They ain't ready for that.
But don't get it twisted. It's hip hop. It's still hip hop.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell yeah. Hey, look, man. There's a fine line, right? There's a fine line between, especially these days, in my opinion. Like this whole art thing is great, but I feel like folks are taking it a little overboard.
Oh my gosh, man! I had this conversation the other day with a good friend of mine, man. Like I just feel like when people like say a word, they just run with it. Like you really don't know, the whole science behind that, or you're not like, what is art? You feel me? Like you're not putting out music that's considered art. You're just saying it just cause it's cool to say. But then your art is trash. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly. Oh,
yeah.
That's
so
the worst.
it just becomes a meaningless general term at that point because there's nothing artistic about that, man.
It's starting to become like the word. Remember when swag first came out? When you heard the word swagger, and everybody took that word and dug it to the ground, and that's why I feel like everybody's feeling with the word art,
Exactly.
Oh God. Anyway, all right.
Yeah, man.
Yo, so what do you have coming up? Well, wait. Let me step back a second. So prior to this, actually, you also had a release drop. Actually, about this time last year, Go Lynn Bias, right?
Damn, I was just looking at that title. That's
So is that when the basketball references started, or did it start earlier than that?
Man, you know what was crazy? After I released The Confidence Is Everything Part 2, and I had Spud Webb on the cover. That was like that was. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that was a whole take of like, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm on to something. It wasn't planned out. It wasn't, basically it happened on accident. And then Logic Marsalis, he was telling me, he said, man, I think you're on to something with this whole basketball thing, man. And I'm like, well, how you figure? And then once he broke it down, I'm like, oh man, you're right. So I reached out to my friend Jumble, who was dope on the beats, and I was like, yo, just send me some beats. And usually when I do projects, ideas, they'll come and go. But I was like, you know what, we need to do something that is concrete and it's for Maryland. I'm like, yo, why not do something, that's commemorating, Baltimore, Maryland but still keeping it hip hop. So, Len Bias, you know the whole story.
Yep.
Which is sad. You know what I'm saying?
Big time.
Yeah. And we just kept it running. And now, like, people are like, yo, what's the next basketball reference?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Harold Miner. Goddamn. What the fuck happened to him?
Oh, that's funny, man. Right. Well, everybody forgot about Harold, man. Baby Jordan. Everybody forgot about Harold Miner.
Hell yeah. That'd be a good title right there, Baby Jordan. Man. Shit, basketball references, dude. You could go
endless.
You could go crazy.
Endless.
Yeah, you could go crazy. Yeah, and for the record, I'm gonna say this on Southern Vanguard. You heard it first. Yo, cat, stop biting, please. Stop.
Here we go.
Stop that.
Man, say that shit again, man.
I see y'all. Stop that.
That's crazy.
That's bad.
Before he go Xavier McDaniels on you motherfuckers, man.
Right.
Slow down.
If I go Charles Oakley, if I go Latrell Sprewell.
For real, choke the shit out of you.
But you know what's funny, though? Like, when people say biting, because, I don't know, there's a difference. What's y'all take on it? Like, what's the difference between being influenced and biting? Like, what's y'all take on that?
It's a fine line, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a very fine line. Like, what we talking about biting versus maybe a nod to someone you love, like you truly love as a fan, or just which is really a nod to greatness. You know what I'm saying? I do it all the time. I might put somebody's bar or a couple of bars in one of my rhymes. And not that I'm trying to bite. I'm just my whole premise is to let you know what I'm about, where I come from, where I stand. And it's pretty much the same premise of our show here. We just locked in on what we like and what we love, man. If I truly love something, now I'm gonna put it in your face the best I can. Now, am I about to go steal somebody's album cover or try to reenact somebody's album cover or video or something like that? That's taking it a little too far. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's why I'm starting to.
Yeah.
And that's where this whole like art thing is coming. Like it comes in, and it's like I'm kind of confused because I don't know whether are you being influenced or are you biting? But then when you say you're biting, then it just turns into something else. Like, oh, you're being a hater. Like, no, I'm just calling it how I see it.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what you have to take into consideration: the mentality of the people out here. Now, it's one thing to pay homage and respect by, mimicking or what's the word? What's a better word? I don't know.
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Acknowledging in an artistic way that makes people, that gives people a feeling of where you came from and why you did what you did. But the mentality that we dealing with out here today is, his shit is dope. But what about if I took his same shit because I feel like I can do it better? I think that's what we're experiencing out here now.
I think the problem these days, man, is that while I love there's no rules, there are no rules. So like from a producer and DJ perspective, like this is my whole problem with the whole shit right now. The way that everything's so accessible is one, it's super easy to bite somebody. It is super easy to take somebody's shit and fucking run with it. The other thing is that motherfuckers don't have to put in the work anymore, right? Like I tell all these stories all the time, man. Like for example, like I took my oldest son, who's almost 13. I took him to a college radio station that I DJ at here in Atlanta about once a quarter, WREK at Georgia Tech Radio. And I took him and like he helped me take my shit in, and we set up. And I said, so we were breaking down and we were going back out to the car. I said, so imagine this. He's like, this is all well and good, but imagine this 10 years ago, and we would have been making 3 trips back to the radio station to go pick up 4 to 8 crates of records.
Right.
You know, and then I was like, yeah, and I was like, and you know, bud, like I did college radio for 4 years, 2 nights a week. And I had to carry my turntables and fucking 8 crates of records up 3 flights of stairs twice a week, every week.
Right.
And then you got motherfuckers that are digging on YouTube and just, I'm just, I mean, don't get me, I'll get down in the fucking rabbit hole on this fucking thing right here, man. But, you just gotta stop biting, man. It's too easy. Like at a minimum, it's too easy to bite. Like it's so accessible now. The technology, the access, getting your music out there. At a minimum, try to be an original motherfucker.
And it's crazy. And I try not to let that. I try not to let that get like discourage me, because I peep it. I really do. I'm like, okay, yo, I know I've been doing this. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, such and such, like, okay. And it's like with social media and the internet, people are lurkers. They just lurk.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like you gotta be careful. I mean, shoot, not even be careful, but whatever you post online, people can take all types of ideas, screenshot your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take that. He ain't got no. It's just crazy, man.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, like we said everything we said about it. There's nothing artistic about that. Let's just be clear. Let's be clear and call it for what it is. There's nothing artistic about that. You can't put a different spin on it. You can't flip it in a way that it goes unrecognizable. Basically, you just bit this man's shit. And you're a biter, and you're a sucker for that.
Yep.
There you go. All right. Well, there's where we stand.
Yeah.
I'm with you, dude.
You heard it.
Yeah,
we heard it.
We don't promote no sucker shit over here, man. Yo, quick question. You prefer Baltimore or Southern Cali?
Oh, whew, that's a good question, yo. Oh my goodness. That's a great question. Damn. You know what? I like Baltimore and Southern Cali in both respective, separate ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Baltimore is just one of them cities where you have to have tough skin. You know what I mean? But it's still great people, great music. A lot of people try to put this black cloud on Baltimore, like Baltimore is like the worst place on earth. Like, no, there's a lot of culture here, a lot of great music, a lot of great people, and also I can say the same with Cali. Like, I look at Cali as like my second home, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like Cali is so laid back. The vibe is just crazy, so laid back, and the weed is good.
Oh yeah. Who was in the military?
Say that again, man.
Who was in the military? Your mom, your dad?
My pops. My pops.
Okay,
Shout out to
cool.
my pops.
Cool. And how often you go back, or do you ever go back?
I'm hoping to go back to Cali to tour next year. So that's in the works. But the last time I was out there was 2014. I had like 4 shows out there. Shout out to Verbs from Swim Team, Dumbfounded and all of them. I went out there. I had a couple shows, and they looked out.
Nice. That's what's up.
Yo, what's this I see about you working at helping promote at Stone's Throw? What's the story behind that?
Oh shit.
Oh wow, dang. Well, shout out to my man Tislam, the great. When I was living in Cali, and it was one of them things where, I moved, and I was like, you know what, I need to get closer to New York, so I'm gonna just take this risk, try to go to school, and see what's up with the Baltimore scene. So back in the day, like I say about like 9 years ago, there was the big, huge open mic scene, and my man Tislam the Great, who goes with his crew called Unison Collective. I met him through MySpace, and I was just like, yo, I'm just trying to be down, man. Like, what's good? And he seen the hunger, so as soon as I met him, I found out that he was promoting for Stone Soul, and he needed an extra man to help him with his street team, because at the time, it was just him moving everything himself. So, you know, he put me on his team, and, you know, I ended up, like, was able to get everything, like that whole Chrome Children era, like the whole, when Guilty Simpson first came out, first EP, like when all that came out, like we had first dibs on that. So just to be out there, and I learned a lot, you know, just to be out there promoting and, you know, telling people about the album, you know, I learned a lot as far as like being an artist and how to market and, you know, push your product out. So, you know, definitely shouts out to Tiz, man. If it wasn't for him, literally, if it wasn't for Tizlon the Great, like, y'all got to do your homework. Like, Tizlon the Great in Baltimore is a legend. So, you know, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be the MC that I am today. Correct. Facts.
Word, that's ill. That's an ill story.
Those Egon days?
Oh, yeah, those are Egon days. Those are, they had all kinds.
Yeah, those are Egon days. Yep, definitely Egon days. Yep.
All right, that's what's up. Shouts out to E.
Yeah.
Word.
So man, you've been doing this for quite a while. I mean, your first project dates back to 2011 or so, right? You and Logic Marcellus worked on something around then, right?
Yeah, we've been doing projects for a minute. Even before that, like when I first moved to Baltimore, like it's just so funny, like the transition and just to go to which I was saying about you know, putting the work in, and what you were saying about like carrying crates.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and actually grinding. I don't know if I'm familiar with Nicholas F. You know what I'm saying, from Richmond. You know, I've watched his career grow. Like, I remember following him when I was younger. I remember following him from the Source magazine when he went by Nick the Fury. You know what I'm saying? And now to see cats progressing and putting music out and with no label and doing it independently and actually making a living off it is awesome. Because, you know, I remember when I was sending demos to the Source magazine, you know what I'm saying, actually physically putting in the work, grinding, sending the joint to the mail, you know. And it's like, I feel like nowadays the people have it easier. Like it's easy, you know what I'm saying? And they will never realize and never understand how hard it is to put your music out. Well, back then everybody was trying to get on, like everybody was trying to get signed. So now it's like you can do pretty much anything yourself, DIY, and you can make a good living off it. So that's where the whole transition is different now.
This is true. Very true.
Yo, what's up with the cassettes, man? You guys have done a lot of cassette releases.
Yeah, man. And you know what's funny? People love it. People love it. When I do shows, people are really surprised just to see the look on their faces when they see, you know what I'm saying, the physical cassette, like in person. And some of them get turned off. I'm like, hold up. You know, you can get the cassette tape, but also you can get the digital. You can get the digital too. So, you know, they always tell me, well, I don't have a cassette player in my car. You know what I mean? But I'm like, yo, you can download it to your phone. So a lot of people cop the cassette tape just for nostalgic purposes.
Absolutely.
And it's been doing good, man. So shout out to everybody overseas who's been copping it, and it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. Cassette tapes is constantly dropping.
Now, are you doing the Fahim with your cassettes? Are they like $80 a pop, or what? What you?
Nah, man. Yo, you can go to magneticmoments.bandcamp.com right now and copy you a cassette tape for $5, man.
Nice.
Like, we ain't beating you over the head. Nice. Like, we ain't.
That's dope.
We ain't hitting you. I get it, not to knock Guy Fahim and whoever is, you know, charging them astronomical prices. I'm not knocking them. I get
for
it.
the art,
but you know,
it's for the art.
For the art. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking you, but yo, come over here and get this $5. Get this tape. You know what I'm saying, for $5,
exactly.
How about those You'll Never Know buttons, man? Those are flying off the shelves. What's up with the buttons, dude?
We still got a few buttons, man.
Yeah,
got a few buttons, you know. So y'all got some of y'all address, so I can send y'all a few. I can bless y'all with a few, man.
We'll take you up on that.
Yo, you know who you need to get the buttons to? Who's in the area? Who's a big button guy? Is Grab Lover? Is Grab Lover? Grab's Grab
Lover.
He's a button guy. So I was up in the DMV about a year ago, and Grab and I went to the record store up there up in Silver Spring. What's the name of that joint?
Okay.
Oh shit, what's the name of that fucking record store? I can't remember. It's by the Fillmore. Anyway, Man, Grab came in and like he bought like 5 or 6 buttons, dude. He's just he loves buttons and shit. And then I looked at his jacket that he had on, and he actually had all kinds of buttons and shit. So you got to figure out a way to get piece of Grab. Got to figure out a way to get some buttons to Grab love him, man.
No doubt.
You love that shit.
Hopefully I see him again because he used to host the Be More Dilla events.
Oh, he did. So, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully, if we do another Be More Dilla for next year, I might run into him and bless him with a couple buttons.
Word.
Yo, speaking of DMV area, I know. Damn, where that shit? Bear with me. Hold on. The range of various color related mixtapes that you did, from the Color Brown.
Oh man,
where you was rhyming over all Kev Brown. Are you connected with Kev? Like, have y'all like been in each other's presence ever?
Yeah, plenty of times,
okay,
man.
Kev is the homie over here.
Yeah, so, shout out to Ken. Yeah, shout out to Ken Star too, yo. Ken Star, that's Ken my man, yo.
Dope.
Ken Star is every time I bump into him, he always embraces me and he drops jewels on me. Those are the OGs, and I've always been a fan of Kev Brown. But it was funny how we got connected because I did a project over his beats, and we did a show where Low Budget was rocking, and it was just like a negative situation. It went from a whole negative situation to turn into a positive situation, and he just realized, Kev Brown realized that I rap and I'm not scared to rhyme, like, period. So I knew he was in the building, and I it was a show in Frederick. I knew he was in the building, and I was like, yo, I want to do this record. And apparently it was produced for Ken Starr, but it was on a beat tape that he already put out. So me, in typical rapper fashion, I don't have no producers that I'm working with. So in typical rapper fashion, I'm gonna take your beats. I'm gonna rhyme over it. And so if you don't want me to rhyme with your beats, but put tags in it.
Man. So you over there biting? And
what's up?
I said you over there biting.
I wasn't necessarily biting, man. I wasn't biting. I wasn't biting. Don't put that on me, man. I wasn't biting, yo. I was just paying homage, yo, and I wanted to do something different. Like my thing is, whenever I put out music, it's always about the bars, and I know I can rap, but it's always about, okay, what stands out from the other person? Because anybody can put projects out,
right?
But I've always been on that type of level at mine, say, okay, what can I do that can make this project stand out from the next person?
Right.
So that's when the whole idea of the Color Brown came about. And I performed the song in Frederick, and I looked at Kev Brown's face. Like, when I was performing this song, I'm like, okay, this is about to be one. So I looked at Kev Brown as I was performing it, and like, he looked at me with like, where did you get this beat from? Like he just gave me it was so embarrassing, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And like, he gave me the look, like, and I looked at Ken Starr, and Ken Starr was looking at me like, you motherfucker, like, where did you get this shit from? And I'm like, oh shit. So I'm sitting there, and you know what's crazy? I remember the lineup. It was Al Green, it was Caneberg. Caneberg was there. The whole Low Budget was there. Book Brown was there.
Oh shit.
It was just a lot going on. So when that happened, I'm just sitting there looking at them like, yo, like, damn, did I fuck up? Like, what's going on? So my homies, they end up after my set, they chilling with them, and they like questioning us, like, yo, where's your man get that beat from? And he was like, I don't know. So finally, Kev Brown approached me. He was like, no, Ken Starr approached me.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, where you get that beat from, yo? And I was like, look, man, he put that joint out. You either talk to Kev. You know what I'm saying? He put it out. And you know what I'm saying? One thing led to another. We all cool. We good. And ever since then, it's just always been love. I think from that situation, they respected me as an artist, and I got nothing but respect for them cats. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Word.
That's what's up.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yo, I got one more question. What's that?
Tons of stories.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yo, what's the story with the Big L influence in your music, man? I saw that as a note somewhere or a biography about you, a small bio. Talk to us about Big L, man.
No, sorry, I had to sip this yak real quick.
I'm about to get mine right quick too.
Big L has been a big influence. Like Big L, Elzai, and Fonte, those three cats have a major influence in my music career. And I remember listening to The Big Picture, and it was at a time where I was in high school, and my parents didn't allow me to listen to music with profanity. And I was reading the Source magazine and XXL Heavy, and I remember like I kept constantly seeing like this Big L promo, The Big Picture. I kept reading a story about it. I'm like, yo, this dude is nice. And when finally The Big Picture came out, I remember like practically like begging my mom, like, yo, I know you said I can't listen to music with cussing in it, but can we please go to Walmart and grab this album, And that was the album. I listened to that joint from front to back, like my first 2 years of high school, and it just changed my life. Just like really studying and how to MC. So
dope.
That album and The Big Picture and Big L, definitely influenced me.
Yeah, I think anybody that's tried to make their own lane in this rap shit has a story like that. You know what I mean? So that's,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So
was the
Big
album
L was nasty too.
Was the album from Walmart clean?
Hell no.
You know what? It was clean. It was a clean version, but you know what? It wasn't that bad. Like, you know how like
they did it right.
You hear a lot of records that's like edited and it's just to butcher the whole song. Like, yo, this is terrible.
Yeah, I was sitting here thinking Big L didn't really do it like that. He wasn't big on profanity like that. Because his wordplay didn't.
That's right.
You know
I
what
agree
I mean?
with that.
Yeah, it didn't allow for a lot of that. Yeah. So you should have been really cool with that.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know that, like with me in my music, I don't know if you notice, I don't use profanity like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just by choice, because I feel like I got so much to say with my words, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't knocking anybody that profanity, that uses, yo, you need to get that emotion out and get it however you need to get it. But just with me, I just prefer to, to rap and show that I can rap my ass off without, using profanity like that.
Oh yeah, I'm a wordsmith myself, you know what I'm saying? I love the art of, forming words and learning new words and things like that, but I cuss my ass off. That's just a testament to my grandmother. That's me showing respect to my grand. I've been cussing since I was 3.
Yo, man, it's so funny you bring that up. So we were at my oldest son's football game yesterday afternoon. Yo, this lady had on a shirt that said, "I love Jesus, but I cuss too much."
Exactly. That's how you sum that up.
She's following her truth.
Living your truth. Exactly. Living your truth. That's a motto.
Right.
Right.
Back.
Yeah, man.
I love that because I know you know who's the same. It's like that. Ironically, is Kev Brown. Like the new Kev Brown album, Homework. I can play that in the ride with the kids. Yeah, it's all good.
It's clean. Nice. It's clean
nice.
and shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. So that means I can play Sham God when I'm taking my my 7-year-old to a scout meeting.
No doubt.
Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hell
yes, sir. And then also,
that's
another
a major plus right there.
Another plus about not cussing in your records. You ain't got to worry about editing and sending it to the radio station. You ain't got to worry about that. That's the whole hassle.
Yeah, so when you get that one shot at getting some radio airplay, it's ready out the package, man.
Yo, I tell people that.
Straight up.
I tell people that all the time because I do college radio once a quarter now, and I tell folks all the time, I'm like, you drop an album, I'm like, dude, where are the fucking radio edits?
They don't do that shit no more.
They don't do that.
Don't do it.
You know, and like, if you have radio edits, the chance of your shit getting played is pretty good.
It's big, yeah.
Because no one makes radio edits anymore.
Right. Hell yeah.
Nope.
It's wild. It's wild, man. All right, I got one more, and then we can wrap this joint up because we've taken enough of your time. And we got to record this next show.
Good, man.
Yo, I saw a fucking funny ass comment on this guy's Twitter page.
What's up?
Earlier today or yesterday.
Oh,
he said, I got it. He's worried. He said, I got to hear verbatim. My coworker was like, you look like you listen to Chance the Rapper. I said, shake my head. Don't let the glasses fool you. I listen to all that hardcore hip hop shit. Oh my God, that's a good one, dude.
You know what's funny? What's so funny, man, is like a lot of my coworkers that I work with, they listen to the typical. They just listen to the typical shit. You know, they listen to the typical ish. So I come in there.
What you calling typical? Like the radio shit? You calling that typical?
Say that again?
I said, what you calling the typical shit? Like the radio shit, pop shit?
Yeah, radio shit. Or you know, they listen to young, what's that dude name? NBA, young NBA boy, young boy, NBA.
Yeah, Namir, all them NBA dudes, yeah. Don't reference that type of NBA shit. Let me say that. Don't ever reference that type of NBA shit.
No, not at all. But you know, just cats that listen to it. And I'm like, and I try to tell people, I'm like, look, now I listen, you know, Sean Price and you know, Al Divino and MOP, Crime Apple and all of them. You know, it's even though and it falls along the same, and I try to explain this to people. You know, it's in the same context of, you know, the content is still the same, but it like I can relate to it because it's lyrical. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like it's all the same shit.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But when they hear it, you know, I come in, you know, I have my music playing on my phone, and they look at you, they were like, what? Like, oh, world, I didn't even know you listened to that. I'm like, yo, don't let, you know, the image fool you, man. I listen to all that hardcore ish, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I really do. But like Sean Price, like he's so gangster. But the way he rhymes though, like
it's intelligent.
He comes off as like I will smack the shit out of you, but he can rap.
It's
like,
it's
you know?
intelligent, man. It's a whole level of it's just a whole level of a type of understanding
intellect.
that the regular like 90% of the people out here today just don't fucking get it. Like it's catered for individuals like the three of us here right now. And you know, we running the type circles that, you know, these ain't typical general run of the mill everyday circles that we run in. This is a niche environment that we're in. And you have to respect that shit for that. Basically, you know.
Yeah, ST Knack was saying the same thing. Remember when he interviewed him? He's like, man, the content's all the same.
Yeah.
It's just
all the same.
Yeah. It's just how it's presented.
Exactly. You know
how dense it is.
Same.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you good, man.
That's crazy.
And shit, tell them motherfucker to catch up with you. You know, instead of asking me all these dumbass questions and assuming some shit, catch up. Ask me what's popping right now.
He said, "Don't let the glasses fool you."
And I'm the type. I love putting people on the new shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're curious about something, like, yo, just ask. Like, don't sit there and disrespect what I'm listening to. Like, damn. Like,
exactly.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
if you curious about it, ask, and I'll put you on.
And I'll put you on. It ain't like I'm gonna be like, you know, throwing that in your face every chance I get. I like, you know, I put you on to that shit, right? You know, you owe me your life. It ain't even like that. You know, we out here trying to spread the gospel for lack of a better term. You know what I mean? It's just like it's the shit that we have to do, you know, to keep this thing popping, man. For sure.
No doubt.
Yep, that's facts, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, so before we wrap this up, let's talk about the 2 joints that you sent to us. They're exclusives, I might add. Let's talk about this.
Like nobody's y'all the first.
Woo, all right. Man. So this is if this is the first episode that you listened to, or if you listened to this first before you listen to episode 177, you got to go back and listen to episode 177 because we have 2 exclusives from You'll Never Know and Illy and Rosewell, right?
Yeah, and then Roswell. Yeah,
Roswell, I'm sorry. So
you butchered it again.
I did butcher it again.
Oh, you ain't heard nothing yet. Let me get one more drink in me, and you still gonna be UllNevaNo.
Nothing matches UllNevaNo. Nothing matches
It's all love.
UllNevaNo.
It's all love.
Nah, we got you, man. Talk about the joints though.
I believe the joints I said y'all was 63 in Boston and Chain Nets.
Okay.
And this is from the CIE through Confidence is Everything 3.
Okay.
It's dropping the second week of September.
Okay.
Highly produced by Alien Roswell, man. And when we did this record, the whole record, we was in the lab. So this is the first time I've actually recorded something while I was in the studio with the producer. And the beat, both of the beats originally, those weren't the original beats that I rhymed on initially when we recorded it.
Okay.
So it was just one of the things where he was hands-on and he reconstructed it, and then that's what you're getting, man. And I love these records, yo.
Nice.
All right, beautiful.
Can't wait to hear.
All right, so you're going to hear those on episode 177. And I know why I said Roswell, because there's a Roswell here in the Atlanta metro area, Roswell. Roswell, Georgia.
Okay.
So I think the E threw me for a loop. That's my excuse.
Yeah, we'll let you slide with that. That sounds good.
Hey, yo, shout out to Already Dead Tapes. They just relocated to Atlanta, actually, and that's the label that's actually putting out this project. Confidence is Everything 3.
Oh,
shout out to them. They just relocated to Atlanta. Yeah.
Whoa, what's the story on that? Break that down for us.
Already Dead Tapes. They were the first people. They was actually the first label that reached out and put out my projects on tape cassette. We did the Confidence is Everything, the first one, and I reached out to them. And shout out to Josh. He believed in the art. He believed in the music, and was like, "Yo, man, we're gonna do this." And it sold out. It was on UndergroundHipHop.com. I believe it was on Fat Beats as well, and it sold out. And we continue to still do work. They're based out in Brooklyn, I believe Kalamazoo, Missouri, and they just relocated to Atlanta. So if they're listening, man, shouts out to them.
Do you know the reason for the relocation? Are they just branching out, or?
I'm not sure. I think they just branched out, and I believe Atlanta's a good look because I've never been to Atlanta before, so I need to make that trip ASAP. I need to hit up the bar exam too.
Oh, no doubt.
Oh yeah. Well, Mike's sick.
That shit's popping.
Yeah.
Well, man,
I gotta hit that bar exam up.
Yo, if you got a real good connection out there, man, just send them our information, man. We can connect some dots, man, and maybe look out for them, put them on to some stuff if they have some questions about the city or who they need to be fucking with. You know what I'm saying? Tell them to holler at us.
Okay, definitely.
All right, bet.
Word.
That's
Hell
dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
That's real dope.
All right. Any last words, man? The floor is yours.
Hell yeah. Say something provocative right now.
Man, stop biting my nose, man.
No, we already said that.
Nah, man. Yo, shouts out to the whole Magnetic crew, Logic Marsalis, Alien Roswell, Stephen Hicks, Young Dude Pilot, London Boy, the God Knowledge, Jay Bird, my Baltimore crew. Just a lot of people, man. Just know that I do this for y'all, man. And, stay tuned. A lot more projects is dropping, Y'all going to get tired of seeing my name, Facts.
All right,
nice.
beautiful.
Confidence
is Everything 3 drops second week of September,
sir.
right?
Yep. September 12th to be exact. Yep.
September 12th. All right, beautiful.
Hell yeah.
All right, you'll never know, y'all. Thank you, my man.
Know. Yes, sir. Yeah,
it's like that.
Hieroglyphics, yeah.
Hell yeah, good talking to you, brother, man. We got you tonight. Play the exclusive joints, and again, whatever you got, send it our way. We'll put you on. We got you,
man. Thank you,
absolutely.
brother.
I appreciate that, fellas.
We appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. We'll talk soon. All right, have a good night. Happy birthday to you, my man.
Happy birthday, my man.
Y'all
Peace.
too. Have a good night.
You know it.
Thank you. Salute, y'all.
All right, salute.
Peace.
All right.
Yeah, homie.
Another good one.
Lively. I think we hit a stride. And we had that one sour one, and everything's been good ever since.
We on a real good rip right now.
So I'm not even mad about that one no more. I think I shook that off, man. I'm growing up, man. I'm learning. I'm maturing.
We've been on a real good rip.
Hell yeah, we're gonna keep it moving too.
All right, Southern Vanguard Radio.
That's us.
You'll Never Know. Exclusive. That's 2 on episode 177.
Guggenheim
grade. Smithsonian grade.
Smithsonian.
At 100 proof.
100 proof.
DJ
man.
John Doe. Eddie
this 177 about to be
South
crazy.
Memphis, motherfucking East Macklemore Mix.
Hell yeah.
Twice a week Mix, twice a week Doe.
Yeah.
We out.
We out. We are the guard.